Foreigners everywhere is the overall theme of the 60th Venice Biennale. And coincidentally, it's Australia's pavilion that really tests that proposition, with an expansive family tree, documenting 2,500 generations and capturing the ancestors of all humankind. It's the work of Archie Moore, the Kamilaroi and Bigambul artist, and it's called Kith and Kin.
Kith and kin means, in the familiar sense, friends and family, but I was interested in an earlier English definition of kith, which meant countrymen or of one's own land. So I thought that was more of a Indigenous understanding that English people had and connection to the land.
The tree includes all Archie's known relatives from northwestern New South Wales and southwestern Queensland. That's Kamilaroi and Bigambul country. But unlike the Biennale, the borders are rendered invisible.
So the tree starts with my family and goes back 65,000 years and beyond. It's the accepted amount of time Indigenous people lived on the continent of Australia, but it also includes every person on the planet, as we all have a common ancestor with Indigenous kinship systems that not only include other human beings but every living thing on the land. Talking about that interconnectedness between us and the environment, which is very important for Indigenous people.
So that central platform, tell us about that.
In the middle of the pavilion there's over 500 documents floating above a pool of water, and most of those documents are coroner's reports into Aboriginal deaths in custody from 1991 to 2023. Amongst that is 19 documents from the archives that feature my family. Some of those people are in the tree and you can see their names. And there's also blank reams of paper representing the gaps in the record. They're reports that we know exist but we had no access to them. They weren't publicly available. The names on the coroner reports are also redacted out of respect for the people who have passed away.
I think it's absolutely amazing, and the sensitivity with which it has been conceived and realized is absolutely fantastic.
It's rooted in something and it's not so preachy as a lot of other pavilions are.
I think it's also really interesting to see Archie and Ellie kind of break out of the traditional expectation of Indigenous art as well.
Archie's actually stolen the limelight from the building. He's fulfilled my expectation that he would use the space well.
And as it turned out, the jury of the Biennale agreed, awarding the Gold Lion to Archie Moore for Kith and Kin and Australia for Best Pavilion. So here at the Venice Biennale, I'm in the Giardini, the garden, and this is the place where countries who are fortunate enough to have a permanent presence at the Biennale have their pavilions. You've got Russia, leased out this year to Bolivia. You've got Venezuela, Switzerland, Denmark, the Nordic countries, and a few more. The Australia Pavilion backs onto that of Israel, the site of planned protests over the ongoing war in Gaza. They were diffused slightly when Israel's representative artist, Ruth Petir, closed her exhibition just as doors were due to open to the international media. That hasn't silenced Israel's critics, who instead focus their attention on its allies. Kith and Kin is on until the 24th of November. Daniel Browning reporting from the 60th Venice Biennale.